Want to know what I learned while watching Captain America, the Winter Soldier? That if you have a shield, you can survive anything. Barely felt that. Barely feel my legs either. If you were to ask me what Captain America storyline to adapt to the big screen before this was announced, I doubt I would have hesitated long before responding with Ed Brubaker's amazing Winter Soldier storyline. I've always liked Captain America as a part of the Marvel Universe, but it's pretty rare that I buy his own comic. But Brubaker took Cap and delivered a modern story that was still very much tied to Steve Rogers' past. I'll likely cover the comic someday for Comics Are Awesome, but needless to say, this was the very loose basis for this film. But even loving that story so much, I knew that there were aspects of it that had not been set up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I knew there would be changes, so I kept my expectations high, but at a still manageable level. This, it turns out, was not necessary. This is a rare example where it's not whether the film is good or bad, or good or great. It's rather it's awesome or super awesome. And the correct answer is all of it. All of the awesome. The story follows Captain America now filling out his non-Avengering days as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you can tell the super soldier is chafing at doing spy work. This is only heightened when it becomes clear that S.H.I.E.L.D. has potentially been compromised from within, and S.H.I.E.L.D. Director Fury is targeted by a mysterious assassin known as the Winter Soldier. Now it's up to Cap, Black Widow, and a new hero codenamed Falcon to figure out who's behind this, why, and how to stop him. And oh yeah, who is the Winter Soldier? While some of the twists and turns, most namely the identity of the Winter Soldier, is an open secret and has been revealed in some interviews, since the actual trailers and commercials don't reveal it, I won't spoil it too much here. But even if you know his identity and how it relates to Steve Rogers, you'll still have plenty to look forward to. Betrayal, action, and a surprising number of cameos from supporting characters established in the previous Marvel films. While the film says Captain America on the poster, it really could have just as easily read Captain America and Black Widow. Huge props to Marvel for making Scarlett Johansson and Natasha a co-lead. Not just a supporting character, not a damsel in distress, she really is just as important as Captain America. And really, Steve and Natasha are a fun pairing. They have chemistry, but not in a romantic sense. Cap is a straightforward soldier who won't compromise his beliefs, and Widow is the ultimate spy with plenty of red in the ledger that she's trying to work off. Their personalities are strongly defined and it allows you to buy into their rapport between the two. I'll admit, when Widow first appeared in Iron Man 2, she didn't leave a huge impression, but between Avengers and now this, she's grown into a fully fleshed out character that really deserves her own film. Alongside the two of them, we get newcomer Sam Wilson, aka Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie. He joins the action later into the film, but once he's on board, it's amazing how seamlessly he just becomes a part of the team. He feels like a partner, not just a sidekick, which is pretty impressive considering they don't spend a lot of time setting him up. I can easily see him joining the Avengers at some point. He's pretty freaking awesome, and I think a few kids will want a Falcon costume for Halloween this year. This is easily the biggest part that Sam Jackson's aging spy master Nick Fury has gotten so far. He's not just dropping exposition or lurking in the shadows, he's a key part of the story and gets a pretty cool action scene early on. Again, he leaves me wanting more. Opposite of Jackson is Robert Redford's Alexander Pierce, Fury's mentor and a senior member of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's good and all, and he's very important to the plot, but I have to say, how weird is it that Robert Redford, the founder of the Sundance Film Festival, is in a big-budget Marvel movie, a Captain America big-budget Marvel movie? And Chris Evans, of course, continues to master the role of Steve Rogers. He's able to pull off just the right amount of corniness that someone so idealistic and so out of his own time would be without making him seem like a joke or a character. The Russo brothers, who haven't really directed a feature since 2006's You, Me, and Dupree, turn in an amazing film that's well-paced. There's just enough action that it's never dull, but doesn't forget that these guys on screen are characters and gives them a chance to breathe. It's weird, really. They've mostly directed television, and don't get me wrong, I love Arrested Development and Community, but I wouldn't look at their work and say, make me a $170 million superhero/spy action film. Okay, maybe looking at Community. My one complaint, and it's minor, but the title is a bit deceptive. This isn't a film about the Winter Soldier. He's a key part, no doubt, and there's plenty of drama and action around him, but really, it's a film about the dangers of trading freedom for security. The ultimate bad guy isn't a badass with the metal arm, but rather the people who allow themselves to be compromised by fear. And that's a great message, but I don't think it's a spoiler warning to say that the Winter Soldier's full story hasn't been told yet.
This is such a great film! If you're a fan of the Avengers franchise, you owe it to yourself to watch this. It sets up things for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Avengers 2, and hell, Cap 3, which I can't freaking wait for. Go check it out and make sure you sit through the credits. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go check out my blocking skills. Ha! Only 2 of them hit me!